Yo, 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 what's good in the hood?
What up? What up?
Family. Got your boy King Jones, aka Coach Cliff, in the house, and we got Mr. CBS himself, V Lane, in the house.
Anything.
What's going on, V Lane? It's Wisdom Wednesday. We got a couple of topics that we're gonna talk about. I got my little sidekick back here in the back with strep throat, so he hanging out with me. Tell the world what's up, dude. He said,
He gone.
He said, hey. All right, y'all. Blended Lines family, what's good? So me and Vance are gonna. First of all, me and Vance, we're gonna be a part of a podcast network, and we're kind of starting out, just talking about a few topics here, and a few we want to get on. I know we're gonna talk about WAP, Wide Access Protocol.
watch Abishola and Picard. Watch Abishola and Picard.
Yeah, wireless access point. All right, we're gonna talk about wireless access point. That it's not what it means, guys. We're gonna talk about Black famous, and then lastly, we're gonna talk about Black and white people's food, like shepherd's pie, because that's what I want. I want to dive into some shepherd's pie, man. All right, so we got hi, yo. I'm looking at the comments now. What's up, y'all?
What's up?
All right. So, hey,
did you
get a chance to watch the Grammys?
Most of it, not all of it, but I caught the good parts.
So you caught the WAP part. You said the good part, so maybe you didn't watch the WAP part.
No, I did watch the WAP part, and again, my 43-year-old ass is torn, because again, we came up through Two Live Crew and the Lil Kim album and all this other stuff. This is not new. These are not new things.
Right.
But at the same time, and again, I don't have kids, but then I imagine if you're sitting there watching CBS on a Sunday night when you're usually watching NCIS, Homeland, or whatever, play on the network that night, and you're gonna tune into CBS, whatever the reason, grandmama, granddaddy, whoever, they watch CBS at 9:30 on Sunday night. Whoever pop up, that's why they love Shamar Moore. He pop up every Sunday night. He good to go.
Looking at these comments got me weak, yo. Wet ass pie.
So so it was cool though. I like the way they came in. Trevor Noah did a great job hosting, the way it was produced. For everybody to know, my background, I do work for CBS News, but not in the entertainment production part. That's a whole different world over there. So it was done well, all that good stuff. And now here's the thing too that I noticed is that they gave them a whole lot of time too.
They did,
because everybody else. Oh, here's the baby and his 2-minute video, and then he did his one song. Here's whoever else, a little video. They did one song. They dropped Meg in that thing. Meg video was a little bit longer, I feel like, but then she dropped 3 different songs in her part. Then they brought Cardi out. She dropped a little up in that thing, and then dropped. It was like 10 minutes. I was like, wow, they here for it. They here for it, and it wasn't like they didn't know that was gonna happen. So so CBS was here for it. We here for it. So again, I was cool with it, not cool with it, or whatever. However it went. That's where we at. That was entertainment this year. So whatever, it was cool.
I mean, why do you think it was this year? Because I mean, normally they wouldn't play something like that on the Grammys. Do you think like the climate that we're in with Black Lives Matter and racial equality, do you think that had a play into it? The reason they got so much exposure?
I mean, we could say that because then we could totally take this conversation into the realm of Grammy so white, and again, you want to celebrate Beyonce all night for winning the most Grammys of any singer ever, but you still won't give it a album of the year or the record of the year like you did for Taylor Swift and Billie Eilish, who won the shit 3 or 4 years in a row. Billie Eilish can't even go on stage without saying, "Man, why y'all didn't get this award to Ariana Grande last year?" And when this year it said, "Yo, why can't we give this? Why y'all didn't get this thing to Meg? Y'all done gave her 7 other awards tonight, and you can't give her this one." So we can get into that. So that's why I feel like they did do that to let them have it again. That's what everybody listened to this year. I ain't heard nobody dropping that Billie Eilish song this year. I ain't seen no TikToks to Taylor Swift this year. So, I mean,
Kim brings up a good point. Didn't Sir Mix-a-Lot perform on a large ass? All right, so let's dive into this, man. Let's get into this. There's always been a double standard. We already know that there's always been that glass ceiling for women, and definitely the double standard where it's been brought up like men can, call women bees and hoes and all that in their songs, and it's accepted. But then when a woman wants to get a little sexy or whatnot, it's like she's called a whore and and just blast it, right? And that does happen for sure. I'm not denying that. I think my issue just with the whole thing, it wasn't Med twerking and Cardi twerking and all that. My issue was I feel like there's a time and a place for everything, right? Like, hey, I used to watch BET Uncut.
Hey,
right? What? BET Uncut was like the real Megan Thee Stallion, like 10, 15 years ago. And so my issue is that
if you know, you
right,
know.
right. It was before I was married, everybody. But the issue was that it was done on a show that's normally been known as a family show. So I'm just thinking like, if I had daughters, which I don't, I mean, I have sons, they weren't watching it, of course, thank goodness. I wouldn't want them to see that, Now look, at the end of the day, Megan won a Grammy, right? Which I'm so proud of her for that. I just feel like in that opportunity, man, it could have been something that was more positive from a woman standpoint, not having your ass out there shaking, and I don't know what that is, but just something that wasn't like very stripperish. And we could have put that in that place. Go ahead.
I mean, I to that I'll say this in the macro sense. We did that last year when CBS put BET Awards on, and right during the pandemic, after the pandemic, and all that. We're a little bit past that. We back to kicking it now. We back to kicking it. So that's what I said. I wasn't mad at it per se. It might have been after I'll see exactly what time it went across, what time it hit the timeline. Because after 10 o'clock, your kids ought to be in the bed.
Right. That's a good point.
We can get to the we can get to where it was after 10 o'clock. If your kids was watching anything after 10, that's on you. Whatever they was watching, if they was sitting there watching it with you or whatever, those are what they call the safe harbor hours on TV and all that. And I'm pretty sure if we can go back into the history of the Grammys, we found other sexually charged performances. And when they freaked out over Madonna doing the Like a Virgin, or was at the MTV Awards, I don't remember. But anyway, we can always go back in time and find offenses and be like, oh, this was the worst thing ever. So again, the other side of it is, again, Megan won a lot of awards, Cardi won a lot of awards. This is what the kids and folks was listening to. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't just up there because CBS wanted them up there. They was up there because people buy the music, people play the videos, people play the songs. And when they would see a music award show, they want to see the people who are famous musicians that year.
Right.
And that ain't who we think are famous.
Right.
Who you think is famous, that's who the people who buy the shits thinks is famous.
Right.
So when whoever's hot that year, if you don't know, you don't understand why mumble rap is cool, and you don't know the difference between Lil Baby and Da Baby, and
Lil Baby, Da Baby,
and all that.
A lot of babies out here.
Like Trevor said, and the baby boomers, because we kind of that now too. Again, somebody said Robin Thicke and Miley Cyrus. Yeah, y'all remember that? Let's play those two side by side,
right?
To see what happens. And again, like they talk about, Miley came in and put on a black suit for a minute, for a couple of years, and then she went back to try to be Hannah Montana again. And then when Cardi B and Meg go out and do it authentically, we want to hop on them. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like she brought up Miley Cyrus. Now again, we can get on Vance rants about some whole that thing again. Because like I said, Miley Cyrus came in a few years back with Robin Thicke, and again, love Robin Thicke. You know, no hate, but again, they came in and wore the black suit for a little while and made some money, and then they can jump back over here and do the thing. But then when Cardi B and Meg come out and do it, we got a problem. You know?
Right. Yeah.
So you know, again, there's different ways to go with it.
You know, it's funny you bring that up because so do you remember the Janet Jackson incident?
Vividly.
I mean, I was watching it, man, with my boss at that time. That's what was so funny. I went over to his house, and look, when it happened, we just like looked at each other. I mean, we were in shock, bro. But what was interesting after that whole scenario was that, bro, they like went in on Janet, and then Justin it got no flat. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I think we're always going to be looking for that when it comes to our black queens when they do something, because everything our black queens do is heightened, right? To another level, heightened to another level of sensitivity. And so, I mean, that's why I'm kind of torn like you. And then my thing is, man, like, even with these reality shows, you know, my wife watches all these reality shows. I can't stand them, bro, because I feel like every last, and I mean all of them, I feel like all of them depict women in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? The Housewives of Atlanta and all of that stuff. It's just a lot of cussing and fighting. And I just don't want my kids, number one, they won't watch that. I mean, I won't allow them to watch any reality show.
Right.
But I guess the thin line is like, where is the, you know, how you portray yourself in public is the reaction that you get. You know what I'm saying? Now,
but here's what I like too. I'm gonna just interrupt you.
Go ahead.
About Cardi B though. Again, from the time she stepped on the scene, because again, she came from a reality show. Remember, she came from hip hop.
Yep, sure
she
did.
But like again, we can talk about, you know, shout out Cardi B. She did the hustle though. She did one season, maybe two on there. It got out. She got her record shit on, and what does she do? She's her character as a rapper is what she says she was is as a stripper, and you know, I ain't mad at that.
Right.
But we, and you know, I do watch these same shows too. Not all of them. Like we have a limit. It's like we can only watch one hip hop show. We can only one housewife.
Oh, is that what y'all do for real?
We can't. It's like like we can only watch Black Ink New York. We can only watch Housewives of Atlanta. We kind of fell off of that too.
Right.
And then it's another one we watch, because again, like I watch them, and then as soon as they're done, it's nothing I retain. So then we watch it again. I just have to catch up. You know, it's like a few I know. I like Little Scrappy be making me laugh. He be talking about that's brutal.
Yeah, I'll catch it when I'm walking through like the living room, and every time he come on, man, I'll stop. And then of course Toya be like, I thought you didn't watch reality shows. And I'm like, dude,
hey, look, he ain't supposed to eat junk food either, but when you turn it on, and you know, when you walk by the bowl of cookies and you want to snatch one, you grab one real quick. So
don't even get me started on cookies, because that's a whole nother topic of my wife buying cookies, and I don't have the willpower. I don't have it to not eat them, and it's like I'm getting a little belly. I go to the gym every day, but I'm getting a belly, you know.
Look, speaking of belly, we're gonna talk about the food. We got to talk about the food
let's
before we get out of here. Man. But before we do that, we're gonna bypass real quick, and just from the little comment I had made the other day on you posted the Kirk Franklin thing. And then I had said, "Hey, white people, y'all know Kirk Franklin?" You know, like people posting on that. So
I'm glad you did that.
We was talking about the black famous stuff. So I'm gonna just drop a top 10 black famous list, and this is for people that's who gonna watch this later. For people that's watching it now, they can go back and we're gonna research. We're gonna do a part 2 on black famous real quick. But I'm just giving the top 10 black famous real quick and a quick explanation.
Y'all get your pens and your papers ready.
Get your pens and paper. If you're out there in the comments, you can hit us up in the comments if you know who it is. But I'm gonna move through them real quick, and then we're gonna talk about black and white food, so we can hop off of here on time and in time. But all right, top 10 black famous list. Number 10, Dave the Dope Fiend.
Dave the Dope Fiend. Don't know the meaning of what to us. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 9. Number 9. Betty Wright. Not Betty White. Not Betty White.
No. Yeah,
Betty
you
Wright.
gotta distinguish that.
Betty Wright. I'm just gonna say Betty Wright.
Hey, I'm typing
Put on your list. Put on your list. Number 8. Eddie King Jr.
Eddie King. Okay.
Eddie King Jr. Number 7. Kiki Shepard. Kiki Shepard is number 7. We're talking about black famous here. What we doing? We're doing the top 10 for black famous. This is a informational list for the white people in the group. When I say it like that, don't take no offense to it. If you feel please don't. But this is for the white people in the group that ain't famous. Kim got it.
Eddie King.
So where we at? We at number 8. We at number 8. No, wait. This list is jacked up. We're number.
Yeah, it is. So look, we got Dave the Dope Fiend 1, Betty Wright 2, Eddie King Jr. 3, Kiki Shepard 4. That's where we are.
I'm just gonna go down this list because now that I'm looking at it, it's jacked up. So anyway, just keep the numbers on this end, and we'll talk about who they are. I'll stop saying top 10. We're gonna go down the list. Next one, Shirley Caesar.
Yeah. Boy.
This is the black famous list.
Yeah.
Now this one is a tie. This is just a tie, and it's not a particular person, but it's somebody you know. Shirley/Barbara. Shirley/Barbara.
Oh, I love that, man.
Here come another one.
This is fun.
Here come another one.
Okay.
Black famous, Tom Joyner.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. It's a great one.
All right, another one. Black famous, Ralph Tresvant.
Wow. I wonder what is he doing now.
Again, we going down the list of black famous. This is for
okay. There's 8, so you got 2
white
more.
People look up. I'm gonna give you 3 more.
Okay.
Boo Boo the Fool.
Boo Boo the Fool. Even Chris said it. Chris was like, Boo Boo the Fool.
All right, 2 more.
Okay.
Stacey Adams. Not Stacey Abrams. Stacey Adams.
Hey, I know about Stacey Adams, boy. I think I still might have a Stacey Adams.
And the last one.
Okay, yeah.
Frankie Beverly.
Woo!
Frankie Beverly.
Yeah. That's a good one.
All right. So that's your list. That's your study list for you. If you don't know, now you know. Your list of black famous. It's 11. It was more than 10. The list was bogus.
Yeah.
But okay. I think Shirley, because Shirley and Barbara was a tie. Shirley/Barbara was a tie. That's why.
Okay.
That's why I was extra. Right. But that's the black famous list. So y'all rewind that back if you ain't write down the list. If you ain't watching the live, you just caught that. Go back, check the black famous list if you ain't familiar. Get familiar, and then you can kind of understand some of the seasoning. When we talk about while we transitioning over to the food part, when we talk about the seasoning of cultures that sometimes are really overlooked and are not understood by others. And I'm not just saying white people or against black people. I'm saying overall and in general. So this is kind of one of the things where again, my seasoning metaphor, because the seasoning of whiteness and white supremacy, not that I'm getting that deep into it, but it's how it's seasoned over the music industry and how music is portrayed, because everybody, when you say Barry Manilow, even if you don't know any song, you've heard of Barry Manilow. You've heard that name before. If you're like our age, you've heard of Barry Manilow. You've heard of Elvis Presley. You've heard of, again, we can list all the people that the Beatles, and any these lexicon of names that of musicians, and then you can name these same groups of black people that nobody heard about. Who is the Gap Band? Who is Cameo?
Right. 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 Exactly. Hey man, that's good. And look, family, I encourage y'all like that. That's a really good list that Vance just went over. So do your research, do your homework. And what we want to do is we want to follow back up on this, man. We might have a discussion on Friday in the group, and we can do it like as a post or, who y'all know how I just go live. So I might go live, try to get with Vance again, see what his schedule is and go live. So with that being said, let's get into this food. All right. Cause I want to talk about a topic that was near and dear on my heart just this morning. And that topic is called shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie, people. All right. Now, what I can't wrap my head around, first of all, every time I hear shepherd's pie, I think of a damn German shepherd. I think of a dog every time. Maybe that has a lot to do with it. I don't know. It looks delicious. I will say that. I personally, this black kid never grew up on no shepherd's pie. I didn't even know what the hell a shepherd's pie was until last year.
Let me get in there real quick. All right, so me growing up, when I finally got in the Boy Scouts, I was maybe like 9 or 10, and where I lived, I ended up in a white Boy Scout troop. It was me and other black dudes lived in my neighborhood, and we were in this white Boy Scout troop, and we went off to camp, and everyone was very excited about the shepherd's pie. And we didn't know what the hell.
Like, what is that? Is it a dessert or is it like an entree?
Like yeah, we're out in the woods. It's a lot of it was not. That was my introduction. The one and only time I'd had it.
Right.
And then I went home and like mentioned it to my mom, and she tried it, but she did it her way. Hold on, I gotta hop off for a second. Actually,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'll be here. Yeah, guys. So what we're doing is we're getting into the shepherd's pie discussion and foods. I just think it's so fascinating when I hear the different cultures that and what they like in a particular food. Like y'all know black folks have a history with eating chitlins. I used to eat chitlins when I was younger. And for those of you that don't know, chitlins is pig intestines. All right. The way we even came about eating that was back in the slavery days. The black people had to eat pretty much the leftovers of everything. From what the masters and the family ate, all the way down to what was left over from the pig, which was the intestines and pig feet and all that delicious stuff that Kim Thompson loves to eat on a daily basis. No, I'm just kidding, Kim. But yeah, so I mean, it's some pretty disgusting stuff, y'all. And I I ain't gonna lie, I used to love chitlins. But when you cook them, when I tell you, you would not be able to stay in that house. Or if you cooking it, you gonna probably have a mask on because it smells like pure bobo. I mean, that's what you're cooking. You're cooking the boo-boo out of the intestines, all right? When you cook chitlins. I call them shitlins, all right, with an S, because that's what they are. But the real name is chitterlings, is what you call them. So, my dad used to love to eat them, which is why I ate them. And, we get, after they're cooked, you put them in the bowl. We're talking about chitlins, man. Put a little hot sauce on it. I mean, douse it down good in hot sauce.
All right, now look, let me hop in here real quick now. Again,
you had some chitlins, didn't you? That's what you just ate. Nah, go ahead.
Like I said, I grew up in Mobile, but my parents grew up in a more rural part of Alabama, and their parents grew up in a more rural part than that. So my mom's side of the family did not do the pig feet, but my dad's side did. I mean the chitlins, but my dad's side did. So it wasn't a thing that it was like, oh, it's gross to me. it's like this is what I get when I go to Big Mama house.
Right.
So
wait, y'all. Oh wait, tell them who Big Mama is. We gotta let our white allies know. They don't have a Big Mama, I'm sure.
Look, come say hi real quick. My mother-in-law sitting up here next.
Oh, look at her! Wow,
Is Big Mama
that is so
awesome. My dad's mother, and
Mm.
grandmama is my mama's mama. So it's grandmama and granddaddy from my mom and daddy, from my mama, and Big Mama and Big Daddy from my daddy. But Big Mama, you know, depending on your household, can substitute for it could be an auntie, it could be, you know, it could be like not your grandmama, but somebody that raised you like your grandmama, but you can't call her grandmama, so you call her Big Mama.
Right.
So you know, but that's my Big Mama's, my daddy's grandmama. But we go to Big Mama's house, and you know, again, the menus was different.
Right.
But you know, it's like, okay, we go to Big Mama house, we have this, and Daddy love the chitlins. But and then the other thing again is what trickles down at home is who cooks. My mom cooks.
Mm-hmm.
My mom cooks from, you know, grandmama's menu. So we ain't getting the chitlins, you know, at home. But again, we know when we go to Big Mama house, we're gonna get them. So we eat them. By the time, you know, you figure out exactly what it is, you're like, well, damn. Big Mamas still be good though, so I'm gonna still eat them because Big Mama cook them. Because again, like you said, I know Big Mama done boiled the shit out of them.
Right. They clean. They squeaky clean.
Right. I know she has literally boiled the shit out of them. So after Big Mama died, I only had chitlins 2 times in my life. And they were cooked by my Aunt Diane, who is my Big Mama's daughter, my daddy's brother. I mean, my daddy's sister. Yeah. But other than that, nah, I ain't fucking with nobody else's chitlins. It's like when you go, that's like like a lot of things though. You go to other people's houses, certain things you're not messing with.
Yeah, like coleslaw, you know, potato salad. That stuff you don't just eat anybody coleslaw or potato salad. Mac and cheese is another one.
Right.
Like if somebody disrespect the mac and cheese, you gonna be ready to fight no matter where you at, for real. So yeah, for chitlins, anybody that's wanting to eat chitlins, what Vance and I recommend is please find somebody who cooks them right, or you're gonna have a mouthful of boo-boo. And that's just being honest.
Look,
all right.
You got my mother-in-law over here tripping out. Mama Tay, did you eat chitlins growing up?
I don't think so.
You don't think
so? She would have remembered if she did, I'm sure.
No.
But I
coleslaw. Y'all do chitlins down there on Montaloo Island?
Yeah, on the island.
And look at Gretchen put in there too, Rocky Mountain oysters. That's some other white people stuff right there. That's
all right. So Gretchen, what is Rocky Mountain oyster? Okay, so we love oysters. Toya just started eating oysters about 3 years ago when, hey, check this out. Well, no, it was 10 years ago because we were in New Orleans. And
okay.
We had oysters for the first time. Yeah, so she had the real deal.
Definitely fall in love with them. Okay.
Yeah, she had the real deal. And of course, we come back to Alabama and we try some, and she's like, "Oh,
no, you gotta." That's the thing. And again, like down on the Gulf in Mobile,
yeah,
you know, by the battery is where they do all the shrimp and oysters, all that stuff too. So if you know where to go, you can go down there and get it fresh off the boat, literally. So we'd always had them. Like that's what Gretchen's guys in the same.
That's definitely some white people.
Rocky Mountain oysters is bull's testicles.
What?
Literally.
Why they call them oysters?
To fool your ass when you come into the restaurant and eat them. Asking for some goddamn Rocky Mountain oysters. That's why they call them that, basically.
Wow, I am tripping that people eat bull's balls.
Right.
Wow.
But if you go down to Mobile, go to Winsel's and get you some oysters from there. But there's plenty of other places down there. But if it's not any place, again, besides Winsel's, if it's not any place where you're not sitting and looking at the bay,
Yeah, right.
You're not in the right place. There are places like along the bay and on the coast.
Yeah.
And going down toward Dolphin Island and Mont Louis Island.
I love Dolphin Island, man. That's nice down there.
Well, we're in New York and everything.
When you go down there, you need to go before you get to Dolphin Island.
Yeah.
That last bridge you cross,
right
there is Mont Louis Island,
where
basically it was the black place that black people would be able to go to the beach, and like the only place black people could go to the beach. Back between the like 30s up to the 70s, before you could actually go down to Dolphin Island with your black ass.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the privilege that we have to say it like that now and kind of joke about it, but like, that's really like what it was too.
Right. Yeah, no, I get it. So look, we're coming up. Well, we're a little over 30 minutes.
It's all good. It's all
a good time. Before we end, though, you got to tell me, man, what's your favorite food? What's a black man's favorite food? And don't give me that chicken stereotype.
nah, man, but like I can't just put a finger on it. Like, put me to the head. My dad is like the barbecue king.
That's right.
So, I don't know if it's like I would say last day on earth, what's your meal? It's like, damn, do I say a slab of my daddy's ribs?
Oh, yeah. I've seen plenty of pictures, bro. I never tasted them, but man, y'all used to post them pictures. I used to be like, God, I want some barbecue.
I mean, that's what I had to say. Like I said, gun to my head, last day on earth.
Yeah,
it would probably be the ribs or something that my daddy cooked. If not that, the fried turkey.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's nice.
You wasn't at the frat house that one day that back in school my dad like took over the grill. You wasn't there?
No, I wasn't there, man. I wish I would have known.
It was
like good.
Bro. And again, you know how we used to do back in school. We get like a pack of hot dogs and like the little,
I used to get hot dogs and Roman noodles.
Nah,
and
man,
put the hot dogs in the Roman noodles, bro.
Man, my pop came up there and took off. He was like, man, look, give me the which I was gonna buy today, and I'll go get something and hook it up. And he spent the whole day over there barbecued. And look, because it was college. By the end of the day, I was so blitzed that
bet you
I couldn't remember how the day ended. I do remember it ended at a house party, and I had to check somebody because they was like, who is that old man in the party? I was like, that's my daddy.
Oh, really? They're trying to talk about him.
Because he was talking out all day.
Well, man, this was a good talk, man. And I thought we were going to go an hour, but 30 minutes, and considering that I'm working from home too, I didn't want to stay on too long. But yeah, we go do this again, man. I mean, like I already told the group, we working on doing a podcast network with me, you, and Michael. So this is kind of what we want to do, guys, is just have discussions about everyday topics. Of course, we can talk about cultural things, differences between different ethnicities, and then some of the latest topics is in the news too. Before I go, guys, for those of you in the South, we got some really, really bad weather coming this way. I mean, I honestly don't never get concerned about these things, but I just feel really weird about this storm. And Birmingham is like in the worst of it, according to the map. So praying for you guys out there. Y'all be safe if you're in the South, and just in general, be safe, guys. Love you guys. Vance, thank you for coming on short notice, man.
Hey.
And
I told you that's how we can do it, though, man. I told you it wouldn't be hard. We didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, at some point you just have to do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's I'll leave this with y'all from Coach Cliff's standpoint. At some point you have to stop thinking so much about it and just put a step forward. You know what I'm saying? And actually just make that first step. And once you get that first step out the way, then it gets easier. So stop brainstorming about it so much and just do it, y'all. Like Nike, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah, exactly. Just do it. Hey, bro, I love you, man.
I love you too. Personal plug, real quick.
No, go ahead.
Doing that. Check my my I don't know what I call it. I say it's my quote unquote DJ page, but it's my audio collection page. V-Lang and the Thing. And like Cliff said, we working on the network, and I'm basically hosting like 3 or 4 live events during the week now. And that's basically where they're going to live. So like stuff like this is going to live with Blended Lines, and then the stuff that I'm doing over there that we're doing over there will live on V-Lang and the Thing. It's also the Black Rabbit Hole on Mixcloud. Again, we got a whole apparatus we're about to lay out real quick. So but tonight on V-Lang and the Thing, I have one of my clients, Judy Saunders. She's an attorney who deals with abuse and authority figure abuse and high profile criminal cases here in New York, like a lot of the gymnast cases. She was one of the attorneys on the Larry Nassar case. But she talks about like tonight, she's talking about knowing your rights when you get pulled over, or if the police basically show up to your house and say that your kid is in trouble. And
what time is that start? I want to share that to the group.
7 p.m. 7 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 8 p.m. or 6 p.m. Central.
Hey, shoot me a message before you go on so I can make
you the info.
That's good, man.
And get you out there. And again, I've been working on this for actually a long time too, but now we just starting to basically do our live podcast there too. Okay. So again, it's V-Lang and the Thing tonight at 7:00. And then it's the law office of Judy Saunders if you are interested in that, because again, she has a podcast that I've been producing for the last year that deals with stories about mainly about like gymnasts and abuse of authority figures and coaches. When you have a coach that's goes beyond being that hard ass coach, but either like again physical abuse, sexual abuse, and like the different things that they do to get into that. So again, if you have time to check that out tonight, we'll share the links and stuff later. So that's the serious side of what I do. I know everybody like think I'm just kind of the silly like the silly dude, but I do serious stuff sometimes too. But
well,
but I enjoy life most of the time and as often as I can.
You just everything in moderation, man. I mean, I know with Blended Lines, even though it's a safe place for racial discussions, you know how we act up in there. I mean, man, look, everything in life just can't be serious all the time. I mean, that's kind of boring.
And again, shout out to you again. I just want to say this again. Like, man, when you started this group, not even a year ago, man, I was like really excited to be here with you. And I was just like, man, this is going to really be awesome for it to be where it is now, for us to even be doing this. And like, we got people watching, giving a shout out. Like, it's crazy. So like, I appreciate you for doing it. And like, again, it's giving me the opportunity and the confidence that I needed to step out and start doing this again at home, because like I said, I've been doing broadcasting and recording and things since I was 16, but it's a job. It's different for me to do this at home,
right?
When I go to work and go into the studio alone to either be a DJ, a radio announcer, a producer, or whatever it is I'm doing, it's part of the job. I'm in a situation where I'm controlling everything around me. Again, doing this at home, like people say, oh, well, you do that all the time, you should be able to do this at home. And it's like, I mean, it's easy to sit here and get a microphone and set up a camera, but it's like, no, I'm at home.
Right.
So it's a different mindset. It's a different way to even get situated to do that. Like I said, I'm sitting here with my mother-in-law next to me. My wife is downstairs. I got neighbors next door. I can't. No, she's not downstairs. But
downstairs.
But I have like different factors to be able to like carve out a half an hour or an hour to do this, and then do it with this type of quality that I do when I'm at work. So it's been a good opportunity to jump out here to see how it's going. And again, because we've been remote at work and we deal with people that had a kid behind them when they're doing like serious, interviews about world problems and stuff, it's like, man, I can sit here and do this at home too and be comfortable when I'm dealing with this.
I mean, it still take work though, don't it?
Bro, but that's the whole. That's
because it's at home is easy, but it is not, y'all. It is not easy to do this, man.
And that's why I told you too, like even with like doing this type of stuff and like for all the like rehearsals and stuff that we did too, like I said, we do this every day, so it seems like it's easy. But even to have
right.
do this, even just like as seemingly simple as we're doing it now. You know, we had a pre-conversation before this, guys.
Yeah.
Hop over here and start talking.
Yeah.
But even just doing that takes hard work, and that's why, like, when you know, again, we'll veer over here. That's why when I see people like really like jump in to criticize anything that they see on TV or a movie, I'm like, it's hard work to make a bad movie.
Yeah.
The worst movie that you've ever seen. The worst movie that you've ever seen. The shittiest piece of trash movie that you have ever seen. Somebody worked really hard for that. Somebody wrote a script.
Man, that's so
somebody
good.
shot that movie. Like somebody edited that movie.
Right.
Have your ass entertained for a minute. If you laugh 2 times in that hour, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, mission accomplished. No, that's, dude, that is real talk. That's how I am about that's exactly how I am about people who complain about racism, but just they not doing shit to try to make the world better or anything. You know what I'm saying? Just sitting back complaining. So yeah, no, I totally get it, bro.
And yes, I'm talking about the people that had any problems with Eddie Murphy's coming to America. You said anything other than thank you, Eddie? How dare you?
Right. And my issue goes to those people that were in Blended Lines and had to leave like a whole novel-sized post about how much it sucks after your feelings got hurt. So that's that's where my
wrote this better, and
that's
they
where
could
my
have
personal
whatever.
feelings come from. Yeah, like attacking something and you're not doing nothing but sitting on the couch and just complaining about everything. Oh, okay, yeah.
Right.
So. Well, hey man, tell mother-in-law, we appreciate her being on the show, and that we love her too, man. Y'all be safe.
Yeah, safe. I don't know.
There you go.
Oh, she is beautiful. Look at her. Wow.
Got my.
Hey, mother-in-law.
Okay.
Hold on, let me.
She's so sweet.
Here. There she go.
Yeah.
Hey, mother-in-law.
Hey.
Think she trying to, like, you look good, Baba Jane.
No.
Look at her. Look. She blushing. She blushing so that.
But look, we up chilling for the day. Huh?
Yeah. I said she is so sweet.
But yeah.
Well, yeah, bro. I appreciate you, man. Keep doing what you're doing. They're gonna be seeing a lot more of us. So
definitely.
Y'all get ready.
Right. And again, we need white people to join us too. We need we need other people to kind of join in. Like, it's definitely gonna be a conversation as well.
Right.
We're gonna dive into some deeper topics. We really we wanted to do, we're still gonna do like that N-word conversation as well about. We still trying to figure out exactly how to come at it, because just like now we veered in a few different things, so we want to make sure we're able to stay on topic, because we can always have 50 different conversations about different aspects of why do white people want to say it, why should black people say it, why
I'm ready to have
we should never say it at all. And it's like some things we just like have to cut out of discussion.
Yeah.
So we have to make sure we frame it properly before we really have it. But
yeah. So y'all be on the lookout, because that is a discussion that I really want to dive deep into, is this whole N-word discussion, man. Because it's I mean, I get it. I get it that it looks like it's, I guess it's not fair per se, but I really feel like white people need to get this one. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I do, man, because I don't want white people walking around thinking it's cool to say the N-word to a black, because it's a 50-50 chance. Right. I mean, and I don't want y'all thinking like, oh, well, Coach Cliff said, like, he doesn't mind. Well, if that ain't Coach Cliff, don't call him the N-word, because you might get knocked
around him,
crap out. So,
and that's like I said, that's the context. That's the thing too. Like I said, depending on what kind of stank you put on it, you catch me on the wrong day.
Real talk. So, same with me. Like real talk. I had to bust a head or two. And y'all know I'm nice, but hey, I can be mean too. I don't like to be, but I
They
can.
don't let the smooth taste fool you.
Yeah, and then Gretchen hit the last question. So that's what we're gonna be talking about when we have that discussion, Gretchen. Is,
All right.
you know, why do you want to say it? For those of you who do. So all right, V-Lang, I love you, bro, man. Y'all be
Yes,
easy, be
sir.
safe. And we'll get up again soon, okay?
All right, man.
All right, homie. Have a good one, all right?
All right, Cliff.
Okay.
Later,
All right,
y'all.
bet.
Peace.